Most inventions take a long time and hard work. Edison wasn't the first inventor of the light bulb. He only made the first good one, and many people tried before him. Altogether, the light bulb took about 70 years. But some inventions come from accidents. You have one in your kitchen. The microwave oven. A microwave is a small radio wave. Radio waves can send information through the air. Your radio and TV use large radio waves. Scientists first made tiny radio waves for radar. Radar finds things that are far away. In 1945, a scientist tested his radar. At that time, he had a candy bar in his shirt pocket. It melted. Next, he tried popcorn. It popped very quickly. Aha, he thought. Tiny radio waves can cook food and fast. A new oven was born.
Holly loved Halloween, and especially jack-o'-lanterns. But last year, Dad bought a plastic jack-o'-lantern. "It's not very special," she said. "We'll get a special one next year," Dad promised. This year, they visited the Pomona Pumpkin Festival in California. "It's the most popular festival," Dad explained. "There's a corn maze. That's a cornfield you walk through, like a giant puzzle. And there were pumpkins. There were smooth, bumpy, and big ones. One was even taller than Holly." "Dad, I like that one!" she shouted. "Sorry," Dad said. "That's too big." Holly understood and picked another nice, normal pumpkin. At home, they cut out a face. "It's perfect," Holly said. On Halloween, Holly was excited. She went outside, but stopped in shock. The big pumpkin was there with hers. They had the same face.
People grow plants inside. But did you know you can even grow dirt? Here's how. 1. First, get a plastic bin. Rectangles are best. 2. Next, get some earthworms. That's right, worms. You can get them from fishing stores. 3. After that, get some garden dirt. Put it in the bin. Tear up some newspaper. Add it, then spray water on it. 4. Now your worms have a lovely home. Put them in the bin. Then place it in the shade. 5. Now it's time to feed your worms. This part is fun. You can feed them food garbage. Vegetable scraps and fruit peels are good. Worms also eat eggshells and coffee grounds. The worms eat the food and leave dirt behind. In a few months, you will have more dirt. And plants love dirt from worms. It's healthy.
"Mom, Sarah, come outside quick!" Josh yells. "Let's go see what it is." Mom tells Sarah.
"Wow!"
Sarah shouts.
"There's a UFO heading right for us."
"It's a big glowing square," Josh adds.
"No,"
Sarah says.
"It's a cube."
Mom sees a shape glowing in the dark. She laughs and says, "Well, you're both almost right."
"How?"
the kids ask. Squares are flat shapes with 4 equal edges, but cubes have 6 square sides, like a box. Mom explains. I learned we measure a square 2 ways, length and width. Josh says proudly. You're right, but we measure a cube 3 ways, length, width, and height.
So, that UFO is not just a square and not a whole cube,
Sarah says. And it's not a UFO, actually. Mom catches and shows them a sky lantern.
Brian's stomach hurt, and he was sweating. His teacher sent him home early. He got on the bus and took the last seat. He was dizzy and wanted to throw up. An old woman walked slowly by the sitting passengers, but they all looked away. Close your eyes, said a voice in Brian's head. Pretend you're asleep. That's not right, said a second voice. Get up. But he's sick and nobody else is moving, said the first voice. Who will know? Brian will know. He'll get better soon, but this decision will last forever. Finally, Brian got up. He gave up his seat to the old woman. When he got off the bus, cameras flashed. The bus had hidden cameras. It was a TV show. The host interviewed Brian. He became famous.
Nauru is an island near Australia. It is a tiny country with a troubled history. Long ago, Nauru natives did not have much, but it was enough. They had coconuts on the island and fish in the sea. In the 1800s, powerful countries came to the area. They found special rocks on Nauru. The rocks were valuable, so they dug mines everywhere on the island. They took the rocks, and they took control of Nauru. In 1968, Nauru got control again. Now the natives owned the rock mines. They grew rich very quickly, but they took a lot of rocks too fast. The mining hurt plants and wildlife. In the end, the rocks ran out. Today, Nauru has very little business. Its people need help from other countries, and their environment is in danger.
Ook and Ak live in the same place, but at different times. Ook lives in the Old Stone Age, and Ak lives in the New Stone Age. Let's watch as they get up. Ook grabs a spear with a stone tip. Ak grabs an axe with a stone blade. They both make things with stone. Ook hunts animals. They always move, and Ook follows. So he has a tent. But Ak grows his own food in his garden. So he always stays in his mud hut. At lunchtime, Ook is hungry, so he finds nuts and berries. Look, a rabbit. By Ook, he'll be gone for hours. Ak is hungry too, but he gets vegetables from his garden and milk from his goat. Ook has to find his food, but Ak makes his own. That's the biggest difference.
The DMZ is a strip of land between South and North Korea. It's around 4 kilometers wide. The real country border is in the center. But South and North Korea have an agreement. Both countries stay out of the DMZ. This began in 1953 after the Korean War. Soon after, both countries developed their land. That hurt the environment. But people couldn't go to the DMZ, so it became a special safe place for wildlife. Now the DMZ is home to many rare animals and plants. Some are the last of their kind in Korea. They are hard to find anywhere else. The DMZ also has natural, untouched forests. Many people hope the Koreas will become one country again. But some also worry about the wildlife in the DMZ. They want to protect it forever. Maria's family was visiting Turkey. Mom wanted a hot air balloon ride, but Maria wanted to see Pamukkale, a mountain of special white rock. "We'll do both," Mom said. When they went to the balloon, Maria froze. "Don't be scared," the pilot said. "I'll explain how it works. Get in." Maria stepped inside carefully. "Hot air is lighter than cold air," he explained. "So the balloon's hot air floats above the heavy cold air outside, and it takes us up in the sky."
"But we're heavier than air."
"True," the pilot continued. "But the balloon fills up space. It's like a cup with us in it. Fill the same cup with colder air. That's still heavier." Maria understood. Then she screamed. They were already in the air. "You're safe," he said.
"No, not that,"
Maria said.
"Look, Pamukkale is beautiful."
A lonely machine speeds through space. It's more than 20 billion kilometers away. This is Voyager 1. It's a NASA space probe. Voyager 1 launched in 1977. It reached Jupiter in 1979. And it got to Saturn in 1980. It gathered important data in both places. It discovered Jupiter's rings. It also studied Titan. That's one of Saturn's moons. Titan has air like Earth. Voyager 1 left our solar system in 1990. Now it's going to the Oort cloud. That's a cloud of ice and dust. It's outside Pluto's orbit. Voyager 1 will keep going until 2030. The probe carries a golden record. This record makes sounds and pictures. They are examples of human culture and nature on Earth. They include animal sounds, human languages, and famous landmarks. Will aliens find the record someday? We hope so.
We don't think much about plant roots. Why? We don't see them often, but roots are very important and do amazing things. Roots have two main jobs. One is keeping plants steady. Roots spread wide underground. They hold steady in the dirt, so plants don't fall down. And we can't pull them out easily. Roots also gather food and water. Do plants really eat food? Sure. They get food from the dirt and even store it. They get water that way too. That's very important for desert plants. Most plants compete for food and water, but some plants do something unusual. They don't just take in food and water. They share it. Many forest trees share food through their roots, but only with their own saplings. They never share with other plants.
Juan, Dad says, your science fair project is due tomorrow. Uh-oh, Juan says. I completely forgot. Science fairs are boring, Juan adds. Can I skip it this year? Dad frowns and then thinks for a moment. Okay, fine, he says. Juan raises an eyebrow. Then Dad gets sugar, lemon juice, and soda water. He pours the juice and stirs in sugar. Are you making lemon soda? Juan asks. Yeah, I'm thirsty. Wait, there's too much sugar. How do you know that? Juan points to the bottom of the glass. That solid sugar will never become liquid. Aha, Dad says. I forgot about the soda. He pours the soda water. See? There's still sugar left. We should measure it, Juan says. Really? Dad asks. Let's do an experiment and write it down. And? That makes my science project? Dad smiles.
Laura and Mom arrived at the Musée d'Orsay. Laura frowned. Another art museum? A group of other kids were there. This is a children's tour. Enjoy, Mom said, waving goodbye. Not having fun? The guide whispered, watching Laura's face. Nope. Laura sighed, but followed the group. Okay, kids, the guide said. The parents are gone. Let's find the weird stuff. Laura smiled a little. First, they saw a Degas painting of people in a cafe. What's wrong here? Asked the guide. Laura looked carefully and laughed. There are no table legs. Right, the guide said. Degas didn't need any legs. The kids looked confused. Degas knew a secret. We focus on faces and miss other details. Our brains trick us, so we don't notice small changes, like the missing legs. Now, who wants to find more secrets? Me, Laura said.
Four-string instruments are common in classical music. They look similar. They all use a bow and four strings, but they are different in size and sound. They are the violin, viola, cello, and double bass. Together, they're called a string quartet. The violin is the smallest. Violinists can play it under the chin. It has the shortest strings. Short strings can reach high notes. Violas are bigger, but violists still play them under the chin. They have longer strings, so they reach lower notes. Cellos come next. They are too big to hold up, so cellists sit in chairs. Their cellos rest on the floor. Cellos have longer strings, so they reach even lower notes. The double bass is the biggest. It has the longest strings and reaches the lowest notes. Basses are tall, so bassists need high stools.
There are many ways to stay in shape. Some are more fun than others. Plus, you can enjoy them indoors. Ball exercises can be fun. There are many kinds of exercise balls, and there are different ways to use them. Body balls are the biggest ones. People use them for yoga and aerobics. You can also bounce on them or exercise your legs. Just don't run and bounce into each other. That may look funny, but it is very dangerous. Indoor rock climbing is another fun one. You can move up and down like a cat. Rock climbing stretches your muscles and makes them stronger. It also burns a lot of calories. The rock is not real and not very high, but people often fall from it. So always wear your helmet and elbow and knee pads.
Sports fans, welcome to the annual Animal Olympics.
We've got some great athletes this year, Jim.
That's right, Jane. Cheetah is famous for her speed. She set a new record last year.
Fabulous! Impala is pretty fast, too.
And we have some rookies for the high jump, like Leopard and Clip Springer.
Looks like some great matchups.
The 100-meter dash is about to begin.
Cheetah and Impala are the favorites. Let's see who wins.
And they're off. Wow, Impala has quite a lead, but Cheetah is catching up and Cheetah wins. She broke her record. Are you there, Jane?
Yes. Here's the high jump. I think Leopard will do well.
Maybe. Oh, did you see that? Leopard jumped 4 meters. I think we have a winner.
Not so fast, Jim. Clip Springer just beat him by 4 meters. What a jump!